Aim to carry at least one gas can during each match. One gas can only takes up 20 backpack space. This is the same as one adrenaline syringe. And it takes around 3 seconds to refuel your vehicle. On average, one gas can fills around 1/3 of your fuel tank, and you can travel over 50 kilometers without stopping. So, carrying a gas can saves you a lot of time, because you no longer need to find a new vehicle if you run out of fuel. So, you can reach your destination much faster. If you find a flare gun, always look at this little icon in the corner. This shows you whether you will get the airdrop or a vehicle. When you point the flare, while you are outside the play zone, you will see a car icon. This means, if you use the flare right now, you will get a vehicle. And when you point the flare gun, while you are inside the play zone, you will see this square icon being displayed. This means if you use the flare right now, you will get the airdrop that contains good loot. Both of these are useful, so use the flare as you require. Sometimes, the airdrop vehicle comes in handy, just in case there are no other vehicles nearby, and could save you from dying. When you are driving a buggy, and you spot an enemy, the best way to kill them is to drive them over. But sometimes the buggy lets us down, by skidding in the opposite direction. This means, your enemy has enough time to knock you out instead. So, try this. Instead of holding the direction button, tap the direction button a few times. Do this until you are in line with your enemy. This drastically improves stability while driving. So, your opponent is destined to die under your car. Here is a fun tip. When you are in the waiting lobby, wait until there is only a few seconds left, and then, using the universal mark, point at the apple. The apple will be shown even while you are in the plane, and everyone in your team will also be able to see the apple. The apple will be shown for around 15 to 20 seconds. You can also highlight any other supply, such as your outfits. If you are looking for the best stealth weapon, the crossbow is probably the one you are looking for. This is because the crossbow is the only weapon that does not show the fire mark on the map when being used. Also, one headshot with a crossbow knocks a player down. This can be a very useful weapon during the start, while other players are still looking for a weapon, you can easily finish them. And this is the only weapon that has a built-in scope. So, this weapon is surely something you should try at some point. Sometimes, you will find enemies camping inside buildings. When you decide to rush in, always carry a shotgun. This is because a shotgun is the most powerful close-range weapon. When you are inside a building, you are always only a few meters away from your opponent. So, one accurate shot, and they are most certainly knocked out. But remember to aim first. If you fail all 5 shots, you become very vulnerable while you reload. When you kill your opponent, and you need to loot their crate, always throw a smoke grenade. Especially when you know your enemies are aiming at you. This way, you create a visual barrier between you and your opponent. So, the chances of you getting shot is very low. Now, loot, and then go behind cover, once again. When you are in a battle, and you manage to shoot your opponent a few times, always rush in, because now, they would be healing up. Remember to keep your crosshair towards your opponent. And always throw a nade, you never know where they might have moved to. And maybe, you might kill them with the nade. So, never rush without throwing a few grenades. You never know where your opponent is camping. If your opponent is taking cover in this building, hide behind these car boulders. These car boulders are invincible, so they will not explode like the normal cars. And the only way your opponent can kill you is by either coming out in the open or peek and shoot. So, when your opponent peeks to shoot you, knock them out instead. These cars are very useful, especially when your team is trying to rush another squad. So, spreading out wisely is very important. Get ready for the best tip. Subscribe to Splendid Pro, because more incredible content is coming soon. And be sure to hit that like button.